Curtain.
Christine, I think I'm losing my hearing, but I'm the only one who noticed it. When they tested me, they claimed that I had a definite hearing defect. But it's funny, it's not like what I expected. It's not as if all the sound is muffled. It's mostly the last part of sentences, usually the last word. So that when people tell jokes, I miss the point. And I find myself reading in angle just on spec. And it's mostly women's voices. Something to do with the pitch or the tone. And it makes it very difficult with young Doris. I mean, can you imagine how embarrassing it is when a young child comes up and speaks very loudly and very slowly with her face 3 inches from your nose? I didn't realize how far it had gone until, well, we have this dog at home. And the dog had a litter of puppies. And Doris took her little friend out into the yard to show her the puppies. And I sat inside with the ladies. And Doris comes running into the room, bursting in, and she yells, "Daddy, the puppy's eyes are open." And I clutched my crotch because I thought she'd said, "Daddy, your flies are open." That's not the most troubling aspect of all this. It's what it signifies. You know, it's what's down the road. What's odd about this aging process, except for a few twinges in my joints and a problem with this ear, I feel just about as fit as I ever did. In fact, if I didn't have to look in the mirror, I could be 35. 35 on a bad day, but 35. And to be honest with you, sometimes in restaurants I find myself flirting with young waitresses, and I feel pretty good about myself. Until she says, "And would you care for the free piece of pie that we have for seniors today?" Well, of course, I'm aware of certain changes in my body. Sleeping less, weight that won't come off without a scalpel, needing a magnifying glass to read the phone book. But all in all, I think my faculties are pretty intact, don't you? So, what do I dislike most about this aging process? It's not the lessening of physical powers. On a good day, I can even laugh about that. What I can't laugh about is losing my optimism. When I was a young man, I was optimistic, trusting, believed the best in everybody. And now I'm constantly disappointed by people. When we were young, we were told that middle age would ultimately cause disillusionment and disenchantment. But we didn't listen, did we? We went galloping through life, grinning idiotically. I mean, even old friends will ultimately disappoint. I find myself crossing off names in my address book, eliminating people, because I'm no longer willing to put up with their foibles. And it's really not worthwhile anymore to meet new people, because inevitably they won't live up to your expectations. But you, Christine, find you extraordinary.
Okay.